to Pony Life Reviews here at the Omega Republic. Once again, I am your, well, again, to say I am not your host, but I am the co-horse host. Our host with the most is this Kieran, who is sitting on Ark's throne at the moment, Miss Soul.
Yes, I stole it from him. He can't have it back. I'm like a cat.
Well, today we're going to be reviewing Pony Life Reviews. And just like last time, we will be doing it via live. I do apologize about the contrast that I put into the stream, but I don't want to deal with copyright strikes from Hasbro. Hasbro, this is not intended to make money. This is non-profit. This is protected underneath the entertainment and what have you law. So, please don't take this video down. Anyways, we will begin here real shortly. Do some final touches here. So, let us begin. As you noticed, I do have Cosmic's head in the stream for the moment. He may or may not hop in here, so we're keeping that option open for the moment.
It's like Monty Python. You got his head, just his head.
Or like Alice in Wonderland, off with his head. So we'll just move it over here and put it out of the way. Now
Or like this show where they are 90% head.
Oh no. No. That goes in the cursed pile. We don't want to go down that road. Wait. Which one are you talking about? Just so we're clear.
This show.
Oh, right. Yeah. This show. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. At least for now, anyways. All right. Well. Alrighty. Are you ready, Miss Soul?
Yep, as ready as I ever could be for this very fast-paced and colorful show.
Yeah, a show that's just a hair more than 10 minutes long, and it tries to pack so much into it. Here we go. Here we go with a wonderful, colorful intro. There is.
It's funny, the song is growing on me every time I watch it. Now I'm just kind of beat-bopping out to it.
Yeah, I have to admit, it does get a little easier to watch it every time, so I don't know. Maybe I am growing to love it a little more and more.
I'm so hungry. So hungry I could eat a ball.
Okay.
Oh gosh, did they make a joke about so hungry to eat a horse?
No. But So we have Dash immediately fantasizing about eating food, but it's desserts. And apparently it's a specific kind of dessert. We go from, I believe it was a 1-layer cake to a 2-layer cake, and finally to a 3-layer cake.
Hey, I have nothing against having cake for a meal. Like, I've had it for breakfast the last couple of days. What?
Hey, to each his own. I won't judge. Everyone has their own, balance of nutrition and diet. and just eating straight up sugar. Some people can handle that. I'm more of a savory kind of horse myself, so I can't really judge. I can't really judge. We all
Hey,
make.
you know,
Go ahead.
I made a cake for Valentine's Day. It was just a bit bigger than expected, so we had leftovers and we had to get rid of them. Don't judge me.
Won't judge. I will not judge. Maybe just a little. Maybe just a teensy tiny bit. But I won't judge.
Besides, cake for breakfast is no worse than the cereal nowadays.
That is true. Uh, Now it's got me thinking about the Cheesecake Factory.
Mmm, circles.
So many times I thought about going to Cheesecake Factory, but then I thought, that's way too far to drive.
I tried to take a friend to the Cheesecake Factory once on his birthday, and he's a circle, so I thought it fit, but they weren't open that day, so we didn't go.
Oh no! Oh darn, I figured they'd be open 7 days a week. But like everyone else, they need days off too, apparently. Selfish.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yes, yes. So, the first scene that we have is Twilight and Rainbow are sitting at a table, and I'm guessing they're waiting to have something to eat. If Rainbow Dash is complaining that she's hungry. I mean,
I mean, this show does take place like 90% of the time in Sugar Cube Corner, so I wouldn't be surprised that they're waiting on Pinky to make them a cake or something.
hmm. Also, does Twilight kind of look like a cat right now?
Yes, she does, but I chalk that up to the artist who does this show.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, gosh, we're not doing that. Alright.
I don't know, but something
Careful what you say. Fan artists might start drawing Twilight as a cat girl.
hungry gonna lick that plate clean.
Oh no.
It's the table. Well, you're in luck.
So, what exactly has been going on? Have, like, Twilight and Rainbow Dash, like, been starving themselves the whole time? Or did they order something, for, like, so long ago, and they've just been sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and starving to death, apparently? I'm
As
sorry.
far as
Go ahead.
as far as I can guess, which I don't think it's shown, is Pinky's probably coming up with a new recipe and she told them not to eat anything so that they could enjoy it more. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Where I paused, something seems off about this. Look at the size of Gummy, and look at the size of Pinky, and then look at the size of the cupcakes.
Gummy is the new Monty Gator.
He's a big boy.
I mean, look at that chest and those arms. He's strong.
Oh gosh. I completely missed the reference. You said Monty Gator, and I'm like, oh, yeah, FNAF. That's a thing. Ah, security breach. That has taken over the social media everywhere.
I can't escape it. It has drilled into my mind.
Oh dear. And it, the thing is, if certain gamers hadn't played FNAF, it probably wouldn't be as popular as it is right now.
Oh, FNAF made a bunch of gamers. Like, it made Markiplier and it made Game Theory. But that's not why we're here. We're here for the review.
Yeah, we're here for the ponies. We're here for the ponies, the puns, and the
Thousands of
propriety.
rabbit trails that we go down.
There you go. That works. But yes, I just want to touch on this real quick. Gummy is too big in this scene.
Only compared to the cupcakes, but yeah.
We shall continue. I do apologize for hanging on that for way too long.
I've got some new frosting recipes I'd like you
It's okay. I'll keep getting us back on track.
Any thoughts?
I mean, it is a side to side view, and you saw maybe like a few frames before. Gummy was also serving up food for Rainbow Dash and Twilight's pets. So, I mean, I guess they're just trying to show that the pets are very similar to the owner right now.
Oh, I never thought about that. That's a good point.
Just go back like one scene and you'll see it.
breed.
Aha! You have a good eye there. Pet
I
size.
watched the episode beforehand.
This is a blind react for me. So, granted, there will be things that I will miss. But yes, Soul has indeed corrected me on this. Is that it's all a matter of perspective, not by actual size. So, there we go.
Against them. Woo! I ate that fast.
Geez, those faces they made when eating. It's like zombified look.
Phew, it's gonna be.
Wait a minute. Let's go back just a little bit.
Don't take this out of context.
I ate.
It's it feels so unusual because the few times that we actually did witness our beloved pony characters eating in Generation 4, I don't know if we have ever seen them um, gorge themselves in this manner before.
Uh, I do correct you. Twilight did gorge herself on the hay burgers.
Ah, when the CMCs. Yep, I do remember that.
I do agree though, like, Pony Life has a lot of the characters eating.
Is it
Like,
intended?
almost every episode.
I feel like it's intended to make you hungry. If that is the
What,
case,
in the colorful scene with them eating all the time, you get hungry?
I mean, granted, I just ate my dinner, so I mean, I'm not that hungry. But when you see them eating food so much, is it a subtle message for just
I would
gorge your?
assume
Go ahead.
I would assume that it's always trying to remind you that this is taking place in Sugar Cube Corner.
Mm-hmm. That is the central location for the show. It seems to be so far. So that's a good. That's a pretty good theory.
Okay, theory.
No, no. We're gonna you're gonna go from you're gonna go from the artist Kieran to full on gamer mode and review Kieran. You'll be
Haven't
just
I already done this by joining this Omega Republic?
oh yeah. But I figure you're gonna probably turn into the next nostalgia critic.
Hey, as long as I don't become one of those furs that just sits in fursuit and watches a show, and then that's all is on my YouTube.
Hey, Oh wait, I don't have a fursuit. Oh wait, I don't sit and watch live react. Oh wait, that's right. I don't do any of that. Oh well.
No, a lot of furry YouTubers, I feel like, don't actually have any sort of content. They just sort of sit there and review, shows or I don't know. Like, furry's such a weird thing to try and make YouTube out of.
Mm-hmm. It's
At least pony fans have shows to review and things that sort of focus our view onto the fandom.
right. The reason why we review is not only to entertain the masses, but to also entertain ourselves with other people, to have a conversation about a show that we all enjoy, and be able to progress on that, and be able to dig deep, and then see what other emotions, memories, ideas, inspirations pop up throughout it all.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is like the MLP fandom is based around My Little Pony, obviously. So everything that's created is based off of that. In the furry fandom, the furry is kind of the central point, and then it spans into different genres of books and art and movies and whatnot. So it's harder to sit down and be like, this is my fandom, let's watch it, instead of like MLP, that's what you do.
Hmm.
And then you create characters off of the show rather than the other way around, really.
I gotcha.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent there.
No, 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 no. It's perfectly fine. That's all part of what we're doing here. To be able to explain your side of things and be able to gain from that. So we shall continue.
I hit it faster. If anyone's gonna phew, it's gonna be me. If only there were a way to settle this. Apropos of nothing, today's the Maplewood Motor Match.
What?
It's Flutterfly, the little tiny Fluttershy.
It's Flutter Sprite? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Flutter Fairy?
Uh, Fairy Shy?
We'll work this out.
I mean, we could be here all day, but
Oh,
what?
what were the little tiny ponies? Were they called sprites?
Oh, uh, dag no. Thing is, I hated that episode, so naturally, I think I blocked it from my memory.
It was like Wendy's or something like that. Where
Yeah, and they had accents. They had
y-
go ahead.
yeah, that's what kind of annoyed me of that episode is they all had these really fake accents.
I mean, it was a certain culture in Europe they were trying to mimic, but I don't think they did a very good job of it. It felt
Oh,
like it was. Go ahead.
I thought they were trying to do like Minnesota.
You see, there's the problem. See, I got confused thinking it was a certain culture in Europe, and your your views is more something of North America culture, and I'm like, you see, why even bother to do that when you could have just kept it with the regular English dialect? How are I would it's I'm going to go off on a tangent here for just real quick. When you do that to a when you do that with a type of character, what happens whenever they try to translate it into other languages?
I'd assume the accent is lost or they're giving a different type of accent.
I mean, let's just say if it was Minnesotan, how do you make a tiny hybrid pony fairy character in Spanish sound Minnesotan. That sounds like a
Well, you wouldn't do maybe Minnesotan, but maybe like southern um Mexican. I don't know if they sound different.
I know I'm probably thinking too much about this, but it just it feels like something that could really cause problems further down the line. If it was just one character with a dialect, that's fine. But out of nowhere, I mean, this seemed like really the only breed of creature, we'll call it, that had, you know, a specific a specific dialect.
Yeah,
I'm
I kind of understand what they were trying to go for with, a different breed being a different sort of culture, different um, speech pattern and whatnot. But they don't do that with everything else. The
mm-hmm,
dragons just sound like teenagers,
mm-hmm,
and the Kierans later in the show just sound more bubbly. They don't try to give them different accents. So,
yep,
uh, strange choice. Didn't really like it.
yeah. Alrighty, we'll get back to this. I do apologize for those of you watching. We seem to enjoy getting off on tangents.
That's what I'm good at doing.
Hold on. Okay, had to check on something real quick. Alrighty. Ah,
Just low-key friends having low-stakes fun. No winners or losers here. It just happens to be a race.
oh, a mediator.
Here are the rules. We will all be entering our pets in a winner-take cupcake race. That's right, we're racing for pinks. Pink cupcakes! Each pony will serve as the pit crew.
Okay, Pinky said they're racing for pinks.
Isn't that like breast cancer?
Yeah, I mean, well, pink ribbons, but I mean, she specifically said pinks, but I mean, she led into pink cupcakes, but so pinks makes you think of breast cancer.
Well, it's the whole setup too, because there's a lot of runs for cancer or runs for pinks that raise money for breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely an interesting tie.
Hmm. Agreed.
I do also want to point out here this is the first time we see everyone's pet in this show, and Angel Bunny definitely looks like a Littlest Pet Shop.
Let's see. Did we already pass?
For the racer slash pet.
Nope.
As such, you will be responsible in a winner-take cupcake race. That's right, we're racing for pinks. Pink cupcakes!
Oh my gosh! Oh, I did not notice that.
It unsettles me so much because it just does not fit in, especially for Angel Bunny.
Okay, just looking at Opal in this scene, Opal almost looks normal. And then,
Yeah, I actually kind of like the design they went for with Opal.
and then we. Okay, we always knew Angel Bunny was kind of the rebel in Generation 4. There's only two things that those eyes could mean. One,
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just over here thinking like it's almost the same style as the ponies, so I'm half expecting Angel to start talking. It's really unsettling for me.
Oh my. Excuse me, I had to cough real quick. It's I why? I mean, they had such a simple. All they had to do was do the same eyes. I mean, there's got to be a reason for it. Are they like, okay, we know the fandom, we know what they expect out of Angel Bunny. Let's completely flip this. Yay!
Well, you do also have to remember the artist who is making this show did work on the Littlest Pet Shop
Mm-hmm.
show. So I can totally see that the artwork coming over, but seriously, this is like copy and paste. Like I don't feel like they really tried with Angel Bunny to make it look like Angel Bunny. Like they did obviously with Opal and um the I forget the dog's name.
Winona.
Noah. Yeah.
Yeah, Winona. I mean, there's features there that let you know that it is Winona. Opal. I mean, you cannot confuse that for any other cat.
All they really had to do was take Winona's eyes and put it on Angel Bunny, and it would have looked more like a pet rather than this horrifying thing that stares into my soul.
I mean, this is this is more unnerving than in episode 100 of Generation 4 when we get Gummy's inner monologue.
Hey, I kind of liked Gummy's inner monologue.
I'm not saying it was bad. It was just a little unnerving to know that this simple little alligator that we've known throughout the show up to this point actually has a lot of understanding of how the universe works.
It's the quiet ones you should feel.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is this is either Hellspawn or this is diabetes. One of the two. I'm
Well, for me, it completely pulls me out of the show instead of letting me enjoy the episode. Because the first time I watched through it, every time I saw this compared to the other pets, I just got a shock and I was completely knocked out of, oh yeah, what's going on?
yeah, it's too different. You between I mean, like I said, Opal good. Winona, I mean, there's a lot of features there, and it matches with the art style. Tank, come on, that's Tank. There's no doubt in my mind that's Tank.
Yeah, Tank works fine. Especially, um, even though they did that weird time travel one with Tank, making him be able to talk and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
he still looks like Tank.
Exactly. The whole time travel thing, that was definitely an out of body experience. But I mean,
This whole show is an experience.
but I mean, it's in terms of outward physical appearance, Angel Bunny is by far the least. Uh, I mean, I worded that wrong. Least resembles its Generation 4 counterpart.
I feel like if I were to try and binge watch this show, I'd have to have at least a few cups of fermented grape juice.
To balance out the sweetness of it.
Well, just to be able to get through more than a couple at a time. Like I can't binge watch this show because it moves so fast and it's just so much that it's hard. And like Angel Bunny, it just some things shock you. And you're like, what?
Exactly.
As such, you will be responsible for building your car without the use of magic. Just nuts and bolts and wood and
I
cardboard.
do find it interesting that Pinky is the one explaining this when Fluttershy was the one who brought it up in the first place.
Hmm.
Like, shouldn't Fluttershy be the one explaining this because it's basically her race? But then again, it could just tie back to Pinky making the cupcakes and the pink race.
Well, think about it this way. In terms of the show, who has held the spotlight more than any other pony?
No, I agree. I agree that Pinky is almost the main character here, much like Twilight was the main character of uh, My Little Pony Friendship was Magic. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's mostly just between Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and Pinky, and the others are just sort of in the background.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's not entirely unexpected when you really think about it, but it does seem odd that rather than Fluttershy explaining it, Pinky is, and Fluttershy is part of the competition.
Well, in the last animal race in Friendship was Magic, it was Fluttershy who hosted it, wasn't it?
Wait,
It was the best pet wins when Rainbow Dash got her first
oh,
pet.
okay, Generation 4. I thought you meant in Pony Life. Okay, okay, but yes, yeah, that was season 1. It's about midway through the season. Later on through the season 1 or season 2. I've already lost track of it. But yes, Fluttershy was the one that orchestrated it, but Rainbow Dash was the one who set the rules and guidelines.
Yeah, so maybe they're just trying to change it up from that so it doesn't feel like that's being reused. I don't know.
It's possible. It's very possible.
Mine are the greasiest. Glamour. Glamour optional, but sure, you can use glamour. Glamour. Maximus Glam. Glamorama. No.
So is that the word of the day, Glamorama?
Why do I feel like that would be something used in an 80s kids TV show?
Oh my.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh, Reading Rainbow, the wonderful show of books and imagination. With the guy from Star Trek.
Yeah, I loved that.
So, I'm trying to think back here. We've Pinky has laid out the rules for this competition of sorts, saying no magic, and you have nuts, bolts, planks of wood, and Rarity suggests using glamour. Um, what does glamour cost at the hardware store? By curious.
I think this is more like those uh wood box racing sort of thing. You remember those? I don't know. Scouts used to do them where you'd get a block of wood and you'd
Yep.
carve it down and you'd be based off of weight and speed and design.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of what they're saying. But this also seems like it's those rideable wagons. I think there's a competition for that. I forget what it's called or what they're called. but it's similar things. Like it's the racing, it's the look of the thing, it's the functionality of it, stuff like that.
I gotcha. So that's why we're using glamour or glamorama.
I know best.
Yeah, because you can get graded on that, and whoever has the best design can get an award.
Anyways, there's just one
Hold on, we missed something here.
no how. I know best. I know how better. Butter.
Twilight says, "I know better," and then Pinky says, "I like butter."
I like butter.
Oh, butter. Everything's better with butter. But I can't believe it's not butter.
There's just one last rule.
I can.
We're already having so much fun! And we're having even more fun than that!
I find it interesting because I don't feel like Twilight was ever this competitive in Friendship Was Magic, and she always seems to be going up against Dashi.
It seems like a hard scenario to really. I mean, you have on the one side a a super intelligent, super powerful alicorn, and on the other side you have a strong, athletic, sportsy Pegasus who also enjoys to read certain books. So,
I mean,
go ahead.
I feel like Twilight was always the more educated one. Like she'd rather stay inside and read books than do races or sports. And the only thing she was actually competitive about was good grades, but that wasn't against anyone else. It was just her against the school system or her against herself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see her as trying to be more competitive in sports and this sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, because if you remember Fall Weather Friends in season one, where it was all about AJ versus Rainbow Dash during that episode, and then at the very end of the episode, Twilight was third to last because throughout the entire race for the running of the leaves, that's it, running of the leaves, uh, where the ponies were supposed to run through uh, Ponyville and to shake the leaves off the trees because magic and nature were working together in harmony. During that episode, Twilight showed almost no competitiveness. I mean, there was maybe 1.1.1 percentage.
I mean, wasn't she even in the air balloon, or was that Spike?
That was Spike and Pinkie Pie, I believe.
Oh, right. Twilight was talking about the history and the importance of this whole thing.
Yep, 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 yep. I think was it like. Oh, anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm doing it again. Alrighty, let's see. All right. Well, we'll continue with this and see how much dynamic there will be between these two characters. Oh dear. You know, they always say that if you raise a pet right, it will become super loyal and it will start to mimic you a little bit. Now,
Yeah, with pets being like their owners.
hmm the one character that we probably learned the least and saw the least of throughout the entire Generation 4 series, I'm pretty sure was, in fact, well, no, 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 no. I take that back. Winona was probably the least known about. Aloysius was the second least.
Winona was like in one episode at the very beginning, but I don't think we saw her very much afterwards.
No, and if we did, it was just brief. There was very little interaction. There was that one episode. Remember when Spike had to babysit all of them and was given gems, and he was in the middle of making some sort of treat, I believe, with the gems, but he kept eating them. Anyways, but he babysat the pets, and I know we got to see them all during that episode. But I still feel like we don't hardly know hardly anything about Aloysius other than the fact that he creeped out Spike.
Yeah, I know. I think it's weird that all the ponies have pets in this world. I don't know. Um. Anyway, I do agree. I don't think Owlicious and Winona got very much attention, though you have seen Owlicious help sort things, kind of like what Spike does a few times.
Hmm.
You know, bringing in the mail or carrying a book.
Yep, this is true.
Other than that, I don't know.
No, because I mean, heck, Rainbow Dash and Tank actually had a whole song. Not even Opal got that.
Yeah,
Heck,
that is true. Tank was definitely probably the most developed pet.
the most insight that we got of Angel Bunny, besides them being a rebel, was that one episode where was it some sort of potion that switched. I think it was Zecora. Zecora got a potion, and it switched Fluttershy and Angel Bunny, and let them both. They did a Freaky Friday, is what they did.
Yeah, that was in one of the last seasons, right?
Yep, where we actually now can put a voice to Angel Bunny and see, how Angel Bunny thinks. So, I mean, of all the characters, Angel Bunny was the only one who actually got a voice out of the whole series.
Yeah, that is true. I do want to say in that shot, Owlicious almost looks like the owl from the lollipop commercial. Like, how many licks does it take to get to this adorable lollipop?
Oh,
One,
a two,
two,
a three,
three.
three. Mr. Owl. Yep, I agree. Though, in cartoon style, owls most of the time have a basic shape and color, except when it's the Guardians of Gahul.
Guardians of Gahul is such a good and underrated movie.
There needs to be a sequel.
It's so fucking good! Especially the animation. Like, that in its time was amazing.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, the owl community was severely underappreciated.
I feel like it was one of those movies that was just written off as like, oh, it's another pet animal, you know, movie. It's not gonna do well. It's a B movie, like
Hmm.
even before it came out. Because I remember seeing commercials of it and it just sort of being that underrated, oh, that's weird sort of thing.
Hmm.
But after watching it years later, I realized it wasn't. And it's a great movie. And sadly, it was underrated.
Yeah, it was. Hopefully, the nostalgia will carry through to enough people that it will actually get praise enough to develop a sequel while all the voice actors are still around.
I
Wait.
feel iffy with sequels or prequels years down the road, or even remakes. Like I feel like everything right now, especially this day and age, is just trying to take something that has already been created and then add to it.
Hmm. I don't know how well you pay attention to social media these days, but a recent trailer came out about a certain duo that Disney has carried through for almost 60 years. And apparently, they get a reboot from the series that ran in the early 90s. Um, let's see. And they have. They, they're known by as a name that's similar to oranges and a clothes store. Do you know what I'm talking about yet?
No, but if you don't want to say it on here, you can just send me a message later.
No, no, it's not something we're going to get copyrighted for. It's a if you rescue rangers,
I don't think I know that.
Chippendale.
Oh, oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. The trailer gives me mixed feelings. For those of you watching, just it won't take you hard. It won't. It's not very hard to find. Uh, you can just type in Chippendale reboot, Chippendale movie, something of that situation, and it will take you to the trailer that is out right now. Um, be prepared for the voice acting is all I can say because it's not what you would think it would be. Soul, with you, the first thing that you notice is artwork. The thing that stands out to me faster than anything else is voice acting.
So the voice acting is getting you iffy?
Eh, let's just say it's not quite the original.
Yeah, but you can't exactly have the original.
No, but you'll know when you watch it. Anyways, we're way off topic right now, and I do apologize again for those of you watching. All right, let's continue.
Of course, Applejack makes a truck full of apples.
Okay, okay. I feel like we're supposed to be paying attention to everything around her right now because clearly we see the color scheme of trees, obviously for like apple farms, and tools for Applejack's hard work and labor stuff that she does. I feel like the claw is kind of out of place.
It's the claw!
Ooh, the claw.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was supposed to be like a lampstand, but then they had to change it to make it look more like she's working on something.
So
I
many
feel like
questions.
this would be against the rules.
I have a few questions. I have two questions in particular. Um, Number one question would be the blue-haired white horse. Second question would be the brown horse with crest hair. Or no, that's not crest. That's what's red? What has a red stripe in it? Colgate.
Yeah, those ponies' names are Simp and Sus.
Hmm? Wait, have they been in the show already?
No, no, they're not real. I'm making names up for them because they're simps for Rarity. They're doing her work.
Ah, I really hope that's not their names now. Oh gosh.
I have given names to them in the show. Mahahaha.
So, Rarity is obviously just being Rarity here, so there's really not much to touch on this. If you're familiar with Rarity, this doesn't really surprise you too much.
No, but I still feel like it's against the rules.
It is, in fact, against the rules. Also, again, the backdrop. We get a few tools, but we get Rarity's, the hint of Rarity's style here, with the crystals and the. At first, I thought that was a feather, but it's actually a plant on the left side.
It could be either. Really?
I guess. Color scheme. That's why it led me to believe it was a feather at first.
I mean, big giant feathers have been used in fashion before, so it could be a feather.
I'm not ruling it out. It's and then right down here at the bottom, we look at the vehicle in question. We at first it looks like a shoe, but what would you call these things on the back?
I get the vibe like those really old winged cars that had the wings at the back over the tail lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she's trying to go for that.
They're not exactly like those. I think they're called spoilers. I'm not a huge mechanic type, so I couldn't really tell you. Fins.
Yeah, I don't know.
It almost makes me think of like those bowling shoes.
The more I look at it, the more unnerved I get. Let's keep going.
Okay, okay. Don't want to disturb the Kieran too much. Oh Lord.
I will eat your soul.
Okay, I can almost accept the eyes, but the freckles, really, why? If you're gonna do the eyes, this okay, this character cannot be Angel Bunny. This has to be like a twin or a new rabbit or just something else.
What is it? Rabbits only live, what, 5 years?
Yeah, so Angel Bunny died out by season 6, and maybe this is like Angel Bunny the fourth or fifth. Oh gosh.
Don't think about Angel Bunny having spawn.
Oh dear. Okay, there's the face I expect to see. There is the pose I expect to see when thinking about Angel Bunny. You got the pouty face, the crossed arms, and the ears being used as a car jack. What?
What?
Okay, you're telling me Fluttershy couldn't lift it, but Angel Bunny's ears have the strength to hold it.
It, cartoon logic.
I know, I'm overthinking it. I always overthink it. I hate that. I do apologize. Ah! I am not overthinking this. Fluttershy just pumped up Angel Bunny's tail to raise the ears, which are holding up a car that she herself couldn't lift.
Angel Bunny is actually just made out of metal.
It's a robot, right? It's just a freaking robot. Okay. You see, that's
Yes.
that's where logic comes into play. Thank you. Thank
I'm
you,
sorry
artists.
if I'm excited if the bunny gets crushed under the car. I've never really liked Angel Bunny. Somebody's gonna be really angry at me for that, though.
Okay, let's back up just a little bit here.
What are you looking for?
I just wanted to see Angel Bunny get smashed a couple times, but no, I was.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Death to the rabbit.
so all the other ponies up till now had backdrops that were very similar to their personality and to their traits. How? So, are they trying to push Twilight more towards being a scientist at this point?
I guess, or she stole someone's lab.
That is possible as well. Oh, sorry.
Also, is that like a V6 engine? I don't know anything about cars, but that's a big engine.
And I'm afraid, I know it's cartoon logic, but you can't just put an engine into. At first, I thought that was the trunk, but it is in fact the hood. You can't just kick it in there and expect something to happen. It doesn't work that way. You you know
Twilight, honey, this is go-karts. It's not a race car. You're not trying to break any sort of 200-mile-per-hour racing track. Jeez.
it's Mario Kart. Instead of it being the 50cc, it's the 300cc. Okay, this does this count? I mean, it has the one wheel.
Okay,
There,
I get that Rainbow Dash is like 90% in the air, but at least you can kind of understand how things work on Earth.
it's hmm. I mean, if it has a wheel, is it considered a vehicle?
Planes have wheels.
And planes are in fact considered a vehicle, technically.
Yeah, but they're not race cars.
No. So this is more of like an unwinged jet.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, wait. What was that? Hold on. We'll watch this one more time. Right about pouty face and
They're all in the same house. Or garage or whatever that is.
that was not expected. So they are all able to semi-witness everyone else building their carts, and the quote unquote referee Pinkie Pie is right there, who laid out the rules, and she's not necessarily negotiating anything, especially to Rarity, who is not even doing her own cart work.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't believe they put so much effort into one shot.
There is a considered amount of detail there, isn't there? And it's only on the screen for less than, what, 2 seconds?
Yeah, that's. They probably put more work into this one shot than they have this whole show. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
She didn't. The Kieran did not mean that. The Kieran is just being the Kieran and being in the artist state of mind. There is no personal threats or insults here. Unless Ark shows up, then it will be all insults. Salt.
Racer Olicious from Team Twi. Racer Tank from Team Dash.
So the pets themselves are racing in the cars. That's interesting.
Okay, we gotta call PETA. We gotta call special services in here. We're shutting this whole thing down.
It's staring into my soul.
Uh, why?
Honey, you're in the wrong show. Go back to Littlest Pet Shop.
Bunny from Team Shy. Racer Gummy from Team Pie. And Racer Winona from Team Apple. Are you?
Okay.
I don't think any of these pets should be driving.
I mean, of all of these pets, Angel Bunny was the only one that seemed somewhat able to be. I don't know. It's so weird to think of it like this, but we know Gummy has some sort of state of mind and some sort of consciousness that allows him to think.
I mean,
Aloysius, go ahead.
Tank used to have his helicopter thing. So him being on jets, I'm not too surprised about. But all the other pets driving, it's just like, what?
I mean, definitely of all these pets, I fear the most for Opal, because I don't see how Opal is fit for speed, quick thinking, or, competitiveness.
Yeah, definite shock to the system seeing this one.
I mean, I've not seen it, so, I mean, of all these pets here, the one that has the greatest chance of winning, I think, is actually Gummy.
Like I could have seen like the main 6 being in cars with their pets in the back to try and, like, they're pets, they don't drive. But this is definitely an interesting choice.
Agreed.
You ready? I'm your cutie mark.
Spike!
Baby.
And even has the wings. I know.
I love how the main 6 are sitting on a disc.
There's no seats. It's just they just took the base images and just put them in front of a. What the heck?
Yep. I've ruined it for you, haven't I?
I could do that. If I had those pony images in my library, all I'd have to do is just put them on any random surface and just call it a chair.
Yeah, there's a reason why I made the Pony Life reviews picture look the way it does, with it all chopped up and moved around and switched around. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, cutie, set, cutie, Come on, Tank. We got this.
You'd think with that giant engine put in, Twilight's car would go really fast.
Mm-hmm. So, let's back this up a little bit and see what led to disaster. Okay, so we have all the pets taking off and running the course. Everything seems to be going normal. But then, okay, Tank with his jets is getting past. It's
How fast are these cars? Jeez.
okay. Let's just say the base cart speed is about anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour. Those jets, having little to no resistance of thrust at the amount of fuel, I'm assuming fuel, that is burning through those jets, should have enough propulsion to push jet over 80 miles per hour. Again, I'm overthinking this, but if
Unless Dashi just wanted to make it super flashy and then she just put flamethrowers in them instead of actual jets.
that's true as well.
Come on, Tank. We got this.
Okay, so somehow they kick it into high gear.
I'm amazed by Tank, balancing on that one tire.
He's not exactly a very he doesn't have a lot of options for balance, does he?
Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
So they're both able to flinch in time before Aloysius and Tank destroy them.
Well, I mean, they would have driven by if it wasn't cartoon logic about them bumping in.
True, true. Wait, who says uh-oh?
What? Isn't that Twilight's voice?
I heard Twilight and I heard possibly Pinky's voice. Neither one of these characters has had a audible voice, and I mean like audible as in out of their mouths.
I'm so confused.
I don't understand.
Well, that's some sort of skill to stack them up like that.
Okay, so that means Opal and Angel were sent flying a lot higher, even though they have the larger vehicles. Again, I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking physics. Physics and location. It begs the question saying that really Opal and Angel should have been on the bottom, and Gummy and Winona should have been on the top. As a matter of physics, that is, but cartoon logic. I understand cartoon logic.
No! Oh, my darling, delicate opal! That's it!
They're just gonna sit there while their pets suffer. Good job.
Yes, they are unfortunately stuck on space itself. They can't move.
They're it's like a video game where you get soft locked in a dead space, and you just no matter how much you hit the jump button, you cannot move from there ever again.
They clipped through the wall and they're only halfway there, so.
Oh my.
That's the wrong way!
Okay,
And he's pulling a Lightning McQueen.
That is some impressive banking to be able just to immediately turn around like that with that much force behind you.
Like I said, Tank's really good on that one wheel.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
You know, it's interesting.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Thought I lost you there for a second. Anyways, go on ahead. You were saying this is really interesting, and then you cut out.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, the pets had the same mindset as the owners, but then suddenly they changed their mind and come back.
I mean, in terms of like response to it, I mean, nothing against Rainbow Dash fans, but when you think about it, Rainbow Dash has always been the really competitive type. And seeing her react to this situation and say that, oh no, I'm not going to win, that's kind of expected. To see Twilight react in a competitive manner like this, it feels very out of character for her.
Yeah, like I said before, like, Twilight isn't very competitive in Friendship and Magic, so it's really weird to see her a lot more competitive in this show.
Let's see.
Your dirty racing got our pets in a pickle.
And you're still just going to sit there, huh? Your pets could be suffering from serious injuries, and you're all just sitting there.
Well, it is a race. I'm surprised that they're so upset, you know?
A real spicy one.
A real spicy pickle, huh?
Mmm, pickles.
A spicy pickle.
Do you think we got carried away and lost sight of having fun? Yes, you did!
Wow.
that pinky sees into your soul.
I mean, that really killed the mood. I mean, not really killed the mood, but it shifted the mood. I mean, we're supposed to be having a heartfelt, moral, you know, solution here, and then Pinky's like, "Yo, screw that. You're having fun." I mean,
Oh wait, you're gonna learn a lesson? I'm just gonna shove it in your face.
That's it, Tank!
okay.
Boosters! Owlicious! Put that extra pony power under the
How does Tank control those boosters? Because obviously he can turn them on and off.
Um. Oh gosh, that could be. My mindset got a little dark there. They are
What,
attached to
Rainbow
his.
Dash actually installed them into Tank himself?
I mean, they are on his shell, and earlier they fell off really quickly. So I'm thinking Rainbow Dash maybe took a power drill and um yeah,
Cartoon logic, cartoon logic, cartoon logic.
cartoon logic. Yes, let's not think on that too much. As if balancing on the one wheel by himself wasn't enough.
I'd like to also point out that yes, turtles do, or tortoises do, have hard shells, but that is their little spine and rib cage. You are balancing 5 cars on a turtle's spine and rib cage.
Um, I really don't want to have to put it putting Tank in a wheelchair. I think would kind of kill the mood here. So yeah, maybe you ought to put those cars down. I mean, you all have wheels. I mean, you all could just simply get out of the cars and do it under your own manpower. Just, I mean,
Or, detangle everyone and start the race over.
that would be beneficial as well. I this seems a little unnecessary. Um,
I think Angel Bunny wins.
I was about ready to say, it's true, Tank has his arms out, but Angel Bunny's car here is just a little bit further forward. Hacks, I call hacks. You can't do this.
I don't like where this lesson is going.
It's not very true to reality, to say the least.
In the words of The Incredibles, when everyone's super, no one is. And in this case, when everyone's a winner, no one is.
Okay, let's just say with the Winter Olympics, if everyone gets the gold medal, nobody gets the gold medal.
Yeah, then it's just not special.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's all supposed to be about teamwork and working together, playing right and playing fair, playing by the rules, being good sportsmen. Um, but there's still a level of competitiveness that needs to be acknowledged here. And this has totally destroyed um, the standard for competition, because now kids are going to look at this and expect to get first place even when they lose.
Well, there's healthy competitive and unhealthy competitive, which this should have been teaching because healthy competitive is fine. You know, there will be a winner, there will be a loser, but everybody has fun making their cars and driving them down and participating. While unhealthy competition is what they were doing. They were so competitive that they weren't making it fun for anyone else. And that's not what they're teaching here. They're teaching that competition in general is bad. And I guess this also ties back to the the one of the first episodes with dishwater where it was a competition of being the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the show doesn't like competition in general and is trying to teach not to have it, which isn't a good mindset in life.
Mm-mm. No, because without competition, you can never excel. If you're just expected to, you know, if you're expected to try and win, or and then you're expected to not try and still win, what's the point of trying to push yourself?
Yeah, there's no pressure on in trying to improve yourself.
No, absolutely not. It works out that if if you know that there is a chance you could win rather than a certainty that you can win, then you constantly analyze how you're going to approach a situation or competition and see, what you can do to improve yourself.
Yeah. Um, we've already been at this for an hour and a half. We should try and at least
Yeah,
wrap up this one episode.
yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, I think from now on we'll do just the one episode at a time.
I think I learned something. It doesn't matter who wins.
Okay, we're going to pay very close attention to these words right now. It doesn't matter who wins.
Exactly.
That's it?
There was a second part to that, please.
The least about winning. So you might say I'm winning at caring the least about winning. If I actually
What?
cared about that sort of thing. Which we don't. Um,
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes.
Still don't like Angel Buddy.
Oh yeah, the cupcakes. That's right. We was playing for the cupcakes. So everyone's just going to walk away without claiming said cupcakes. But Fluttershy, being the underdog that she is, decided to step in and say, "Hold on now. There's clearly a winner here."
I'm not happy that it's Angel Bunny, but I'm glad that they recognize that there was a winner.
Mm-hmm. If Aloysius or Tank had truly won, then it would have been an insult to everyone else. If it had clearly had any if say one of the other animals had clearly been able to drive across the finish line by themselves, then there would have been nothing really gained from the episode. So what they've done is they've allowed they've allowed the viewers to believe that there is no real conflict here. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I lose you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Let's go back to thinking about, after they finished, everybody was standing on the first place podium. When
Mm-hmm.
you look at it from that standpoint, it's a participation trophy, and thus there was no real competition. It was merely just a hobby. It was just something for fun. It was pretty much everybody, you know, rolling down a hill, if you will. They did it for the
Yeah.
laughs. But then they tag that on at the end to say, well, it doesn't. And then we get Fluttershy who steps in and says, hey, I won. But she did it in not necessarily a competitive way.
Sorry, you're cutting in and out. I think my internet's getting all janky because it's raining outside or something.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that we're almost finished here. Hopefully, you all enjoyed watching uh, the Fast and the Furriest with us here on Omega Republic. I have been the co-host horse of the evening, Coppercap.
And I've been Mountain Soul.
The kind and curious Kieran.
Thanks for watching.
Hope to see you here next time on the Omega Republic.